guys, and welcome back to another Drunk Guns podcast. It is your boy Leon with Creator and Guns.
Howdy.
We hope you guys are staying safe out there.
Same. I hope everybody's staying safe, wearing masks, and using gloves. Unlike,
Some
and
people.
basically not being, yeah, unlike some people, and you're not being a complete artard. So, yeah. In today's episode, actually, we're not doing an episode, we're doing a podcast. Fuck. Alright, so pretty much on this channel, what we want this channel to grow into.
Children watching.
Huh?
It's a language. You got children watching.
Well. By the way, if you guys haven't figured out, this is not a G-rated program, so if any children are out there, oh well, sorry. Hopefully we don't fuck up your innocent little ears, but, we don't play by the rules, and if we want to curse and drink and do whatever we want, it's our channel. Sorry, you're lost. But as I was saying, so our channel, obviously we're gun enthusiasts and we love anime, so why not combine the two, going over weapons and stuff like that. But it's nice to sit back, have a drink, not have to worry about editing too much, and just talk, Talk about ourselves, talk about weapons, talk about anime, talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about because it's our podcast. So,
Yeah.
basically what we did is we each picked 3 topics each, and we're just going to go over the topics and just kind of shoot the shit and hang out. So, Leon, if you want to get started, what do you want to talk about?
Uh,
Or let the people know.
well, this might be a little off topic, but I've been recently playing the somewhat new Mortal Kombat game, or
How is it?
MK11. It's actually pretty good. The story's very interesting. Kind of throws a little twist here and there, and the characters. Granted, a few of the voices have changed, but still pretty good. I really do like their newest sort of, I guess, customization of the best way to do it, the best way to describe it. Because most previous MK iterations, they really didn't have that. And MK10 it's like they were kind of dipping their feet in the water, seeing how it would fare before they tried it out. But yeah, it's been pretty cool, pretty fun. The crypt is definitely one of my favorite things about it because it's such a big island to explore, cool things to find, and an annoying little ghost that you have to constantly kill because if not, hey, I'm gonna rip your heart out.
Nice.
Isn't that-
Any new like weapons or characters or anything?
Uh, yeah, one of the recent character packs, they added the Terminator with his classic Winchester lever action shotgun with like a little twist on it.
Ooh, what's the twist? I'm
Uh,
intrigued.
in a way, it's sort of modernized, and there's like different types. Like they have the classic, which I'm always a fan of the classic. I mean, I grew up watching Western movies, and yeah, I mean the Winchester repeater is pretty epic. But come on, who does not
Gotcha.
want to just load in a couple rounds of buckshot and just cock that lever at
Now,
any
since you
random?
brought up Western movies, I hate to embarrass Guns here, but Guns, and for the life of me, I can't understand it. So, for those of you who don't know, Guns is not a movie buff, right? He hasn't seen like any of the classics. Like he barely watches the movie. The only thing he watches is like Fox News and anime, right? And
Mhm.
he's never seen Tombstone.
No, wow, that I can't think of anyone that I know that has not
just
seen
never heard of it
Tombstone at least
before.
once or twice.
What do you think, Guns?
I've seen the Tombstone before. Undertaker does it a lot.
Yeah, back when WWE was good and it's not bullshit, this PC bullshit era.
Yeah.
Can't even say fuck on live TV no more.
Yeah, which actually brings me to my second topic, which I'm hoping if that's okay, because I don't know if you or Guns has this as your second topic.
Shoot, I mean, fuck it. This is our podcast. We can talk about whatever we want if we got to change
sorry.
some stuff.
I mean, I'm sorry to all the WWE fans out there. I'm sorry if this offends you, but WWE's just going down the fucking drain. Oh no, I cursed.
Yeah. Hey, watch it. You know, John Cena might come and give you the attitude adjustment. I mean, hell, remember back in the day when it was called the FU, and then he would, you know, the announcers would be like, "Oh no, he just delivered the FU. He's telling the bad guy to go F himself," you know, and it would get so hyped about it. Now it's just like they don't even call it the attitude adjustment anymore. They say, "Oh, it's the AA. He's about to deliver the AA. Oh, John Cena. Oh."
Yeah.
So he's delivering a battery?
Apparently he's delivering a battery.
Yeah, he's gonna shock your ass into reality, right?
Oh, not to mention the time he tried out some stupid fucking knockoff martial arts punch where he had his hands in an X and then wham, pop someone in the face. I'm like, really?
Hands in the net. So he's copying from CM Punk now.
Apparently. God, I'm sorry. I'm not saying I don't hate the guy. I mean, I will respect him. He's he's in it for the long haul, at least for now. Supposedly he might be retiring.
Yeah, that's probably never gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's pretty much copying The Rock and going into movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, like, okay. So the thing about if we're talking about wrestling, but I have to bring this up. So, all-time favorite wrestler of all time is Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, if anybody disagrees, well, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think it's Stone Cold. You know, the only wrestler that would walk up and drink beer on live TV, and you know, granted, he wasted a lot of alcohol, which I'm not very happy about, but still, you know. But growing up, I did like John Cena, but I liked John Cena back in the Doctor of Thugonomics era when he would come out there, he would poke fun of his opponents and you know all that good stuff, and he what's another class? Oh, when he got the WWE United States Championship, and he did the first ever custom U.S. Championship, and it was like all swag and quote unquote whatever.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. What were we gonna say, Leon?
I was just gonna say, yeah, that is true. And of course, when he got into his feud with JBL, John Bradshaw, whatever the hell.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I will say this though, sorry to interrupt, but as a last thing though, one of my favorite matches of him as the Doctor of Thugonomics would be him versus The Undertaker when The Undertaker was still the American Badass.
Oh, yeah. See, like, I was just about to bring up The Undertaker, and The Undertaker's interesting. Undertaker is obviously hands down in my top three as far as all-time greatest wrestlers. Again, my personal opinion. But I did like the American Badass era, and I do like his regular, you know, when he's all creepy and the urn and all that stuff. But this is okay. So the big thing for me, why I quit watching wrestling, is if Undertaker wanted to retire, I didn't have a problem, and it's going to be a heated topic. I already know it. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but my thing is if he wanted to retire and lose the streak and retire, that's all cool. But to lose the streak to fucking Brock Lesnar, a guy who comes in and out and whenever he wants and when he is in, he's the highest paid. He's one of the highest paid wrestlers on the roster. he stays for, a couple months and then dips out again. And Undertaker loses to him, and first of all, he loses to Brock Lesnar. Like, he could have picked somebody, like, even if it would have been like John Cena, I would have been more happy than fucking Brock Lesnar. And not only did he lose to Brock Lesnar, but he didn't retire after. He still came back and fought in WrestleMania, which at that point, what's the point? Like, his streak's already gone,
Yeah,
So
the only
it didn't make any sense to me from a writing standpoint. Like, what were the writers thinking,
yeah, like what? I mean, the only thing that made him. Now, I'm not saying it was like the only thing, but cinematically and with the WWE's, the only thing that made him supernatural was at right then and there. Oh, guess what? We're gonna give it to this guy. No, not Randy Orton. No, not Triple H. Not Hulk Hogan. Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock. No, we're gonna give it to this guy who literally dips in and out of WWE and just fucking like really. Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar is your pick. Just
what would have been nice is shit, I can't even remember what WrestleMania it was or even what year, but a couple years back when he was facing I don't know if you guys ever heard of the match he did with just a little known wrestler called Shawn Michaels,
oh,
the Heartbreak Kid, like he's just a little known wrestler, not very many people know of him. But instead of Shawn losing and retiring, which, again, Shawn lost, retired. He hasn't been really back to WWE since then. I mean, he's made cameos here and there, but he doesn't wrestle. You know what I mean? If The Undertaker would have lost to somebody like that and did the same thing that Shawn Michaels did, where he maybe a cameo here or there, then that would be cool. But again, it made no sense with Brock Lesnar. And the other thing is, in my opinion, is the match he had. Sorry, got lost in train of thought. By the way, if you don't have a drink in your hand, you best get one now. But the thing that really aggravated me was all that stuff. But going back to him and Shawn Michaels, amazing match. So,
and even their rematch as well, like the one that you had their first one, which kind of made Shawn think that he could beat him, and then they had the epic rematch of the century. I mean, you could not have ended a match like that in a way more perfect, except if by some off chance of Shawn beating The Undertaker.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if they would have, what? All right, what about this? Here's a cool idea. What if the second match, Undertaker would have lost, he would have lost the streak, and then they both would have retired? That would have been a great way to send them both out,
Yeah, it would have.
But no, we got what we have. And as WWE's just going to shit. Now, I haven't seen any AEW. I know Leon has, but I haven't. What's your opinion on that, Leon, since you're the only... I don't think Guns has seen it neither, so you're the only one that I know of that has watched it.
In my honest opinion, I feel AEW might actually be the one to give WWE finally some challenge.
That's good.
Which I feel WWE has sorely lacked these 25 plus years.
Well, ever since WCW.
Ever since WCW, but in my honest opinion, and this might catch me some hate as well, they had the majority of them had their off days. Like, I felt, in my honest opinion, during that time, Eric Bischoff really didn't have the experience or the know-how to run a company like that.
Mm-hmm.
And their biggest thing, the World Heavyweight Championship. David Arquette? Really? Like, them having those title matches where at some random point they let a celebrity win the fucking title. Like, okay. How does this make for good television? He's only going to be there, he or she's only going to be there 1 or 2 nights, and that's it.
Yeah. Then it just goes back vacant, or they just hand it over to the previous title owner.
Which, if I remember correctly, the majority of time was Hollywood Hulk Hogan of the NWO. Yeah. One of the only good things in WCW.
Well, you had Sting, too.
Yeah, Sting. Oh, yeah. I was just thinking of Sting.
Yeah, Sting will always be the icon. I don't care what anyone else says out there. He will always be the icon.
Mm-hmm.
Because he carried WCW on his back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, and then I also heard, I don't know if you saw Guns or Leon, but they made, apparently AEW is coming out with a video game. Like they made an announcement they're coming out with a video game.
I've actually heard this. I don't know how it'll turn out, what's this type of style it's gonna be, but I'm waiting in anticipation.
But, and this might catch me some again. By the way, guys, if you hadn't figured it out, to the viewers, like, we don't really care. We're just gonna say our opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. We're not here to, we're not here to offend anybody or anything like that. Just let us know in the comments if you disagree. But again, this is all just our opinions. But in my opinion, whatever AEW produces, I guarantee you, in my honest opinion, that it will be better than any WWE game that has come out in the past 5-6 years.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you on that. I mean, I love WWE as much as the next guy. Hell, I have like three of their 2K games, 16, 18, 19, and I recently have 2K20, which unfortunately is at Gun's house still because I didn't think to grab it before the whole what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, the 2K games have their big.
You ain't missing anything in 2K20, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the 2K games have some pretty big glitches and pretty serious bugs that at times kind of turns you down from them.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about it is, it's like, and every fan has said this, so I know I'm not the only one, but if they could do some of the stuff they did on a PlayStation 2 for games like Shut Your Mouth, which is my all-time favorite wrestling game like ever, and Here Comes the Pain, which is another good one, and Just Bring It, and the Raw games, if they can do the stuff they did in those games, there's no reason that 2 gaming generations later they couldn't do the same thing. That is absolutely absurd. It's just a money grab,
Yeah, that's literally all it is a money grab.
They add features and they take it away just to add it again, so that way you buy the next game hoping that there's more features just for them to take it away again, and then you buy the next game for them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Just a money grab,
Yeah.
I was telling both of you guys, like, I'm a big baseball fan, so I play the baseball games, and first of all, the graphics look phenomenal. Like, but baseball games always have good graphics, like, always. And there's really no like microtransaction, like, bullshit. There is, or microtransactions. There is, but it's not. You don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not needed per se, like in basketball or WWE games. And the gameplay is just phenomenal. The story mode's great. The season mode's great. Like, they don't take away features, It's just they add on each year. And WWE they don't do that. You know, they haven't done that since shit. Who was that?
THQ made it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Since THQ.
Well, once THQ went down and 2K bought it, then
Yeah, that's been it. And
hell,
honestly, if I had to pick the last like great or good WWE game, it would probably be 2008, in my opinion. SmackDown versus Raw 2008
yeah.
was the last good one, in my opinion.
Yep.
What about you, Leon?
I'd have to agree with you, or at least one of my favorites would be SmackDown versus Raw 2011, 2012. That was a kind of favorite of mine because of the create your I forgot the name of the mode, but it was like, you know, your own WrestleMania where you had different options. You had Chris Jericho's WrestleMania moment. You had, if I'm right, you create your own superstar, which consisted of your own creative superstar.
Road to WrestleMania, right?
WrestleMania. Yeah, I really liked that mode. That was like a fun thing for me.
I like
Yeah.
SmackDown 2008 mainly because the general manager mode.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I like.
Yeah, you could be the general manager.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Just hire all divas, and then you'll get 5-star every time. You know.
Yeah.
Just have every match just a brawl and panties match. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that was 2007. They took out the brawl and panties for 2008, but in 2007 you could,
Yeah, unfortunately.
if I remember correctly. Pretty sure that's the case, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, again, I like WWE. I'll always respect the WWE because it's what introduced me to wrestling. It's what introduced a lot of people to wrestling. But the last couple of years, man, it's gone downhill. And I don't even remember the last time I've watched a WWE show. You know, actually, I take that back. It was WrestleMania. I think it was 30 where the Undertaker lost, if I'm not mistaken. WrestleMania 30, because it was in close to where we live, and I think it was 30. But regardless, whatever one Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar, that was the last one I quit watching. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like after that a lot of people just stopped watching WWE.
I don't
And
really blame them.
yeah, I don't blame them either. Just like in my honest opinion, and I know Creator and Guns will agree with me, I feel their creative team needs a sort of update because
Well, it's not the creative team's fault. It's the management restricting them.
yeah, we all
'Cause
know
back
who the
in the
management
day-
is.
'cause
See, if they
back in
just
the day,
hired me,
during
me,
the era and Ruthless Aggression era, the wrestlers had more freedom.
yeah.
Well, now
That's what I'm saying. If they just put me,
ramp is all scripted.
yeah. Well, like I said, if they just put me, Guns, and Leon in charge, the ratings would go up, man. Talking women, alcohol, do whatever you want, you know. Oh, it'd be a blast.
Yeah.
It'd also be a free for all, and you'd probably get sued. But oh shit, yeah, good shit, good shit. You have anything else, Leon?
I feel that would be just about it, unfortunately. I mean, you really haven't. I mean, the only other thing I'd possibly talk about would be the coronavirus, but I'm pretty sure everyone's been keeping up to date with all the quote unquote info and that, but I ain't gonna get into that. That's a rabbit hole I don't feel like jumping down into.
Yeah, we'll stay away from that one. We won't want to really get political on here.
Yeah,
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but only if
Yeah.
it's the right. Only if it's the right opinion.
topic.
Yeah. Topic or opinion. Yeah.
Whichever war.
Whatever word you want to use, whatever floats your boat. Okay. I'm not a. What do you used to call those? Well, I'm gonna sound so stupid saying this, but what was the name of those books where you would look at them and then they would tell you like the different words that mean the same thing? What's this? Thesaurus?
Yeah, the thesaurus.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like in school when you had to write papers, they would hand out the thesaurus and the dictionary. So. All right. Guns, you want to go next? You want me to go next?
You can go next.
All right, I guess ladies first. So, all right. So I guess before I start on my first topic, which we really need to address, and I think me and Guns have been waiting to talk about in a video ever since we started the YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure Leon knows where this is. As soon as I start explaining the story, I'm pretty sure Leon is going to catch on to where this is going. But Guns, can you? Actually, I'll go first. Okay, I'll go first, and then Guns, you tell them your story. Okay, I think you know what story I'm talking about.
All right.
So, obviously, I'm a gun enthusiast, and I have multiple guns, in the house. I like to go firing. I like to shoot them. I like to look up research with guns. I like to look up different parts. I'm subscribed to a couple like different websites, and I have buddies that are sponsored through the websites, and da 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 da. Right. So when So I was working, and all right, I'll put it to you like this: I was working, and I was saving up the money for this gun that I wanted to build. And well, I guess you can't really say build for this one because but it's the Macaroni. Okay, I was saving up for a Macaroni. So I had bought the Macaroni, and for anybody who doesn't know what a Macaroni is, it's basically an attachment that you can put on your pistol. That can like fold down and stuff like that, and it makes it shit. How would I even describe it? Gives it like a longer barrel. It's just an attachment. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. It's really cool. So shit. Anyway, so I had ordered the Macaroni, and it's very weird. Not weird, but depending on what pistol you get, determines what the caliber and all that stuff is that goes in to the Macaroni. Sorry, I'm not very good at explaining stuff, so sorry, especially when I've been drinking. But basically, it's just an attachment on your pistol, and there's only a select few pistols that you can get for it because it's dependent on the size and all that stuff, right? So I went to go get my pistol, and I wanted, a 45, but they didn't have 45. So I go to my local academy, and I like Cabela's better, and I like online better, but it had came in, and I wanted it like that day. I wanted to go get the gun and install it on the Macaroni and have it right then and there, ready to go. So I went there to look for some extended mats, the case, and actually get the pistol. So couldn't find the extended mats there, so I had to order them online. I found a case. Actually, no, I didn't find the case. I went and got the case later on. And then I went to go get the pistol. Well, I wanted a 45, but they didn't have a 45, so I wanted a 40. And there's this guy that works there and still works there, so we're just going to call him Blake, okay? So Blake is working at this academy, and I'm looking through, and he comes over and talks to me, this and that, whatever. And he's like, "Hey, can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got a macaroni. I'm looking for, a pistol to install on it. Da 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 da." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I think you should go with a 9mm." I was like, "Why do you think I should go for a 9mm?" And he said, Blake ended up saying, he's like, "Well, 9mm, is better than a 40 and a 45 because of the scientific research and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "All right, bro, whatever. You clearly don't know what you're talking about, and I'll explain why when we actually get into the topic." But I was like, whatever, and I'm looking through the 40, and then I ended up getting a Glock 22 and going home and installing it and blah 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 blah. So that was my experience with this Blake, Blake from Academy. Now, Guns, if you could share your experience with the same Blake, months later when you went to go get your gun. Guns?
When I went to go get my gun, I wasn't looking for anything specific, just looking to get one. And I was thinking 40 or 45. And he tries telling me the exact same thing, that apparently there was a study done saying that 9mm is better than a 40 or a 45.
So, with the topic I want to talk about after that long introduction that everybody probably fell asleep over, and is basically, what's better, guys? A 9mm or a 40/45? And why? What do you guys think before I give my answer?
Well, I feel like with my honest opinion, I would kind of lean towards the 40 to 45.
Okay. And Guns?
I think 40, well, in my opinion, 45 is better.
Okay. And before I say my answer, which you guys probably already know based on the story, leave what you guys like. What's your favorite caliber and why? I swear, guys, somebody's gonna put in there a 22.
Yeah, I like to go squirrel hunt with my 22.
Yeah, I mean, all right, and there's nothing wrong with owning any caliber. Okay, every caliber has its usage. Okay, and
Yeah.
we'll get more in depth on a video later, but we're gonna keep it very brief here because the video is already gonna be long anyway. So, maybe in the next couple of videos we'll go over, exactly why a 22 is good, exactly why 9mm is good, exactly why a 40 is good, and stuff like that. But obviously, it's a 40 or 45, and the reason why, and I don't actually have my book on me to be able to sit and explain it, but long story short, keeping it very simple, okay? Very simple, and like I said, we'll actually go over all this later on in future videos, but keeping it very, very simple. So the lower the caliber of the bullet is, okay, the faster the velocity is, right, when it's coming out. But the force that it hits an object with is going to be less, okay? So you're going to have a faster bullet, but the impact is going to be less. Likewise, the higher the caliber you have, the slower, it's not going to make it drastic. Like, you're not going to shoot a 45 and it's going to come out like in slow motion. Like, it's not going to be like that much slower. We're talking like milliseconds, you know what I mean? like very like tiny differences. Okay, you would have to like play back like frame by frame to be able to actually see the difference. Okay, it's still gonna come out fast, but anyway, when you shoot a high caliber, it's gonna come out a little bit slower, because obviously because it's a big caliber, but the impact is gonna be greater. So my thinking is, and studies have shown, if you ever need to use a weapon, and this is like basic fundamentals here, if you ever need to use a weapon, action is quicker than reaction, right? So reaction is always going to be slower. So the person reacting is always going to be slower than the person reacting, okay? So let's say someone pulls a gun on you guns, okay? He's acting and you're reacting. So you're obviously going to be slower than him, right? But at the same time, let's say he has 9mm, okay? Let's say you have a 40. Let's say he shoots first, okay? That 9mm is going to be faster, but at the same time, it's going to have less impact. But if you pull out your 40 and shoot him, it's going to have more impact, which is going to cause more impact. So what I'm trying to say is the 40 and the 45 is going to cause more impact. You're going to have to use less shots than something like the 9mm. Sorry that it would. Hopefully that didn't sound confusing. I hope you guys understood what I was saying.
Yeah.
Pretty much what he's saying, guys, is that the 40 or the 45 has more kinetic energy due to a higher projectile mass given equal velocity. Meaning,
Holy shit, that sounded so scientific.
Meaning it may be slower, but it'll hit harder. Plain and simple. Unlike the 9mm, it'll be going faster, but not as much velocity behind the round, but not as much impact behind the round.
Exactly. So that's why, basically what I'm trying to say is, I'd rather shoot once and that one bullet impact an intruder and get the intruder, down than something like a 9mm where I'm going to have to pull the trigger and it might take 2 or 3 shots to get them down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, Leon, the way you said it, like, granted, I've been drinking here and I don't have my book to actually tell me the exact velocity and stuff like that, but that just sounded so clean, dude.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? I come from a family of hunters and gun enthusiasts, so go figure.
Well, so do I, but you just made it sound a lot easier and better than I am explaining it. But then again, I'm not a teacher. I'm not very good at explaining stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you guys hadn't figured out already from the other videos, when I explain stuff, I kind of ramble on. So sorry about that. I need to work on that, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And we do apologize if he doesn't pronounce words correctly. He can't really speak the English language very well.
Yeah.
So, especially when I'm drinking.
I don't think anyone can speak proper English when they're drinking unless they've been drinking for years and have a superhuman tolerance. That's the only possible reason.
That sounds like me and Guns, but even then, we still can't speak. Maybe we'll get in some stories later on in the podcast. Maybe. But,
yeah, maybe. If not in this one, then probably in future videos, guys. So stay tuned.
Because we got a lot of crazy, stuff. Done a lot of crazy stuff. So, that's pretty much my first topic. Do you guys have anything else on different calibers and stuff like that? And I know, I'm not a hunter. I'm a gun enthusiast, and I like to go shooting and building weapons and stuff, but I'm not a gun enthusiast. So I know you're more of a hunter, Leon. So if you want to go more in depth, like just a brief synopsis on different calibers, you can. I mean, again, we're going to go over these in future videos, but if you just want to break it down for the viewer, because I guarantee you somebody's salty that's watching this and it's like, oh, but 9mm is based on the studies, you know, blah, 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 you know? The
Yeah.
ballistics show.
Well, I mean, if to all the other hunters out there, there are different types of rounds used for deer hunting, and it varies from the 308. There are actually rifles that are chambered in 308 that are used in hunting. It's a pretty powerful round. There's the 222 Remington, 223 Remington, the 243 Winchester. I mean, just to name a few, and I mean the list could go on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I mean, simply these are larger rounds. So I mean, like we were just discussing with the smaller rounds, for larger rounds, there are bigger rounds that may not move as quickly, but will deliver series impact. There may be smaller rounds that'll be moving faster, but may not deliver as much of an impact. Like it still transfers over no matter how big the round is.
Mm-hmm.
Although I
Yep.
feel like with one round in particular, which is not part of hunting but is only sort of military issue, the 50 BMG.
Yeah. See, I want to
Yeah.
get a 50 Beowulf and then have somebody come kick down my door. I swear that'd be the most interesting thing ever. The cops get there and there's literally a hole in this dude, and they're like, "What happened?" Well, he came to the wrong house.
You're just unloading your mag of 50 Beowulf. What the hell is that? Oh, it's 50 Beowulf for a rifle. You mean like
Yeah.
the 50 BMG? Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Like I said, he came to the wrong house. Well, why did you use that round? Because it was the first one I grabbed. I was scared for my life.
And I wanted to make a statement.
I wanted to make a statement to the neighborhood. Let them know. Wrong house, motherfuckers.
You're just standing in the doorway, you load in another mag, there's neighbors stepping out with their guns, and you're just like,
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about it is like I used to live in a city and then a royal neighborhood, and now I'm like out here in like it's not Noelville. It's not like I got a like farm and stuff like that, but it's like a big property. You know what I mean? So probably the biggest property I ever had. So it's one of those types of places. So I know if like Leon, who lives in a subdivision, did that, it'd be a little bit more questionable than
yeah,
where I live.
yeah.
Like I live
Unfortunately,
more out in the country. He lives more out in like a subdivision. So
unfortunately, the subdivision where I live at, folks, is a bit on the strict side. I should know because there's a. Just to bring up another little story. All right.
beautiful
So
word to vet it in.
yeah. So with in case you guys didn't know, there was this mean old lady who lives in this subdivision. I haven't seen her around anymore, but she was.
Oh wait, hang on. I hate to interrupt you, but is this the story where when I went over to your house and I was smoking, like you were telling me about the lady?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it this
yeah.
story?
This was that story.
Oh god. All right, yeah. I was sitting out there and I was smoking on his like patio. So oh gosh. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So yeah, while I was talking to Creeder here about this lady who would always get on me and my brother's case whenever she saw us not have a key, because unfortunately we didn't have one yet. It for some reason took a while. So yeah, as he did that, while I was talking to Creeder here, we had this strange old lady just driving by slowly, and she was taking pictures too. And I go to Creeder, I'm like, Creeder, hey, behind you.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, and then this lady decides to drive all the way down there. So now we're like, okay, why was she taking pictures of us?
Because we're sexy. That's what it was. She wanted to be her waifu.
Yeah, that would, if only that was the option. But unfortunately, he wasn't our type.
Yeah. Well, never
Just
mind.
say,
Continue with your
yeah,
story.
let's just say it wasn't. Let's just say it wasn't a fun time, and we decided to say, you know what? Let's just hurry up and leave because we didn't want to know what would happen. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides that, I mean, if you got anything else to talk about Creator, go ahead. We're all ears.
The last thing I want to talk about is so like I said, we have a new intro. We have a new banner. Beautiful work. Gotta love. Pretty much all. I mean, even though we like anime, you gotta respect all nations and their military. Pretty much all nations and militaries. There's some exceptions and stuff. So we got the new stuff. We got the new intro. We're gonna talk about guns and weapons and whatever you guys suggest. But just I guess all right. So this isn't gonna be like what we normally talk about, but it's our podcast, and I feel like talking about it right now because why not? So I was talking to Guns last night, and I don't know why I put myself through this, but what's your guys' opinion on like horror manga? When I say horror manga, I mean like explicit like manga where you're reading it and you're like, what the fuck am I reading? Like I regret every decision that has brought me here at this point in time in my life.
Oh, those types of manga.
Yeah. I was reading one of those last night, and while I give your opinion, I'll pull up the name for it because I can't remember to save my life. But yes,
Oh no, the drastic memory, how it screws us in the process.
Yeah, I'll pull up the name and I'll tell you a little bit about it, but I gotta find it first. I don't remember what it's called. Doku Mishi? I think that's how you say it. Doku Mishi.
Okay.
Basically, it's about. All right, so you've seen Saw, right?
Have I seen what?
Saw, like the movies, like the movie series.
Oh yeah,
Saw.
yes, I've seen Saw.
Okay, so think about Saw, but think about it in a way where there's 7 people trapped in a school. The only way, and they're trapped there for 7 days, and they can either team up together or they can kill each other for food. But here's the twist: every person in there, just like in Saw, did something wrong in their past, and the crimes are like go from minor stuff to very serious stuff. Like I won't say the words, but use your imagination where you think of some seriously sick people out there. Like I'm not going to say anything, but there's this weird guy and this 9-year-old girl in the manga. So use your imagination, and they're stuck there for 7 days with each other, and some shit goes down. So what do you guys think about stuff like that?
I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
Or like shit. I can't find the Ethoria. Yeah, there we go. Something like that too. Like I'm all for, I don't like. I'm all for watching and reading like different stuff, whether it's just regular movies or different TV shows or anime, manga, like books, like one of my
stuff
favorite.
like that.
one of my favorite book series is Lord of the Rings. You know, like come on, you know, read all the books, seen all the movies. You know, one of my favorite shows is Stranger Things, which I don't know if you guys are caught up on Stranger Things yet, but
Nope, never watched it.
I
have you
still
watched?
need to. I still need to catch up on it.
Oh, dude. All right, I won't spoil it, but all right, I won't say anything. I won't say anything. But yeah. So I'm all for like different types of media, whether it's reading or watching. But there's just some stuff out there that really, really disturbs me. Like it's not American, damn it. Okay,
Yeah,
but
it had other influences.
yeah, and so all right, this might be this might be weird to bring up, okay, in a podcast, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up because we're, you know, the three best friends that anybody could have. You know, we're the three best friends that anyone could have.
Anyone could have.
Okay, if anybody in the chat gets it, you gotta like put a W in the chat because you know you guys are definitely a Chad. But and I just rewatched those three movies with my younger siblings, which probably wasn't a good idea, but you know they're 5 and 6, so they'll be fine. I watched more messed up stuff when I was their age than those three movies. So,
Yeah.
and that's probably why I'm all messed up in the head, and I'm sure Guns and Leon can agree. But anyway, anyway, the point is, I just don't like that. I don't know. That stuff really grinds my gears. You know, when I see, you know, and I don't understand. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up. What do you guys think about when you guys are watching some hentai and you see, you know, the fat guy raping the cute girl of the hentai? I mean, it just doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't do it for me either.
I mean, I don't know why people watch that shit. You know, I don't know why. I mean, I immediately click off. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't. You know. I mean, I'd beat the hell out of somebody. You know, if I knew that they did that to some girl in real life. You know, let alone I don't want to sit there and watch it. You know, or there's this one hentai. Forget the name of it. Apparently, I'm really bad at names today. You know, usually I can just remember the weirdest shit off the top of my head, but today I'm really bad. But there's this one where it's. I think you guys will get the picture. Okay, it's old guy who opens a candy shop, and it's a hentai. So use your
That's all you
imagination and figure out what it's
have to
about.
say right
Yeah.
there.
So, I mean, I just don't get it. But whatever. You know. I own a gun, so, and I carry, so let me catch somebody doing that shit out in public.
Yeah.
Not gonna be a good day for them. Alright, Leon, welcome back.
Again, folks, I am sorry. But yeah, I could hear what you were saying, dude. I understand. Yeah, that shit just does not fly with me.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying before I realized you left, and I don't know if you heard this or not, but basically, I carry, and let me see some shit like that out in public, and it's not gonna be a very good day for, you know, fat bastard.
Whoever's doing that.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe people down below can comment why, or if they like that type of stuff, but just don't leave your address or you might have a knock on your door, you know? But,
You might find 3 people who aren't big fans, is all I'm gonna say.
So, I don't know. I'd rather watch a shonen. I mean, I'm more into the shonen stuff, but I mean, I'm down to watch not anything. Don't get me wrong, you know, not anything, but any type of series. Which the only show I want to know, and I don't even know if I should go ahead and say it on the podcast, but just honestly, something that has been bothering me. I don't understand why, and we'll probably do a video on it at some point in time. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. What the hell is wrong with some people in the anime community where they think that My Hero Academia is a good show? And I looked at a poll. Okay, you guys aren't going to believe this. So I looked at a poll, and I don't remember what year it was, but it was recent. Like, it was in the past, like the past 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? And it was like the top 100 manga of all time, right? And they had people from all over the world. They would go to this website and they vote on it, right? And they had the poll up for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it was, right? And then at the end, they posted the results based on the votes, So you just type in whatever manga, and then those got, categorized until they had 100 mangas. Well, you're not going to believe this shit, okay? I don't remember what number 1 was, but I can tell you that Berserk was number 4, and My Hero Academia was number 3.
What?
Yeah. I'll have to find the poll and send it to you, but yes. People actually voted Berserk under My Hero Academia.
Wow.
Actually, I know what number 1 was. Number 1 was One Piece, which it's fucking One Piece. Like, I get it, okay?
Yeah, like unless you've seen it, you can't really understand why. But if you've seen One Piece, then you understand why.
Yeah. I'm not fully caught up, but I definitely understand why.
Well, I can understand that. I mean, for every new arc creator, there's what close to 100 plus episodes.
Something like that. It's fucking ridiculous. And then if you read the manga, it's like 10 volumes per arc.
So yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't be caught up with it. It'd take you freaking probably a year at most just to freaking catch up with every single part.
Well, I mean, quarantine would be a good time to catch up on it, but I've been catching up on other stuff. And yeah, I mean, I've just been catching up on other stuff that I've been meaning to watch, because the thing I think about it is like One Piece is one series, and it's going to take me forever to finish it. So while I'm in quarantine, like, I can watch One Piece at any time, you know what I mean? But all these other shows and manga that I'm not caught up with, I could go ahead and knock those out and still have time to watch other ones, That
Yeah,
way
I
I'm
hear you.
finishing like, 5 or 6 or 7 mangas and anime, and then I can just always go back to One Piece, rather than sit there and catch a One Piece and then I just caught up on one anime when I could have caught up on like 5 or 6,
I hear you.
So, yeah, it was baffled me. And again, we'll probably make a video going more in depth on our feelings about it, but I know, Guns, you have a strong opinion on that. So do you want to tell them your strong opinion on this mad set? Instead, is they think that the My Hero Academia manga is better than Berserk?
My Hero just copying every other anime, in my opinion.
Yeah. I can already see the hate coming our way. Like, all the My Hero Academia people, like, you fucking boomers, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you fucking boomers.
And we're just sitting here sipping our beer, not giving a fuck.
Yeah. Like, well, it's my opinion, and that's a lot of opinions on everybody else. Just like, all right, so if I had to say the greatest anime to ever like come out, like ever, like just in my opinion, off the top of my head, greatest anime, it's a hard choice, a really hard choice, because I have so many amazing animes. But if I had to go
How about this then, Creed? How about top 3?
top 3,
Yeah,
man,
top 3.
okay,
His top three is Naruto, Naruto, and Naruto.
Well, I do like Naruto.
Actually, it's Naruto, Naruto.
Sorry about that. All right, so if we're going like straight up top three, even though I do like Naruto, it wouldn't be in my top three. It would definitely be Full Metal, Cowboy Bebop, and then honestly, probably One Piece.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, you know what? No, I take that back. No, you know what? I'll keep that. And then if we're going top five, I gotta you know, we're not even gonna do top five. So it's gonna be Full Metal, Cowboy Bebop, One Piece, and then as an honorable mention, I gotta go with Code Geass as honorable mention.
Hmm.
I don't think Code
Well,
Geass would be top three of all time, but I think Code Geass is definitely like in the top 5 or 10, depending on what anime you have.
I feel like for my top three, it would have to be, of course, Cowboy Bebop, uh, Berserk, and
Before anybody freaks out, he's talking about the Berserk anime from the 90s, not the 2017 and 16 one.
yeah. And then my third one would have to be Full Metal. But if we're going top five, I have to throw in Tokyo Ghoul season 1, not season 2. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, folks, but just in my honest opinion, they must have been smoking or drinking some stupid shit when they made season 2 of Code Geass.
Yeah.
Code Geass.
My bad, Tokyo Ghoul. A bit silly, folks. Okay,
Yeah, he's talking about Tokyo Ghoul. Which
and I'm sure Creator can agree with me on this one. On season 2 of Tokyo Ghoul.
I've only seen season 1, so I can't really say anything.
all right, so we're gonna again. We'll go more in depth later, but long story short, Tokyo Ghoul season 1 was good. It wasn't as good as the anime, or I'm sorry, it wasn't as good as the manga, in my personal opinion. But it was good. It did the job, you know. It basically ran through what happened, and it was fine. Like I didn't have any problems with it. It just wasn't as in depth as the manga, which anime tends to be sometimes, you know. But Tokyo Ghoul season 2, which I think they renamed it, so I think it was like Tokyo Ghoul Alpha, and then I was like Tokyo Ghoul like Re or something like that. Just like ass, in my opinion. And I had read the manga of Tokyo Ghoul first, so I can say without a shadow of doubt, compared to the manga, it's ass, you know. But long story short, yeah, that's my opinion. All right, Guns. I guess going over your top 3 animes all time.
My top 3 would be Full Metal, Code Geass, and Cowboy Bebop.
Fair enough. Fair statement. So, and yeah, that's all I got, guys. I think I rambled on enough and embarrassed myself enough for one night.
I'm pretty sure me and you have. It's just now it's Gun's turn.
Yeah, Guns, it's your turn to embarrass yourself.
Oh, I do that on the daily, so.
All right.
Yeah, but
All right,
that's only we get to see it. Now we get the subscribers to listen at least.
Yeah. All right, Guns. What's your 3 topics that you wanna bring up, or just anything you wanna bring up?
Well, I was gonna bring up the that they're making an AEW video game, but we already talked about that. So
I didn't really talk about it. I just mentioned it. We could talk about it more in depth if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, we can.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, on that note, if we're gonna talk about it in more depth, let me pull up the. Let me see what it says on Google. Let me see what it says so far because I don't know who it's published by. I don't know anything like that. So.
Well, it has been officially announced. It's been teased, but that's about it.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping that it will be better than the 2Ks.
Absolutely. I think that's everybody's opinion on it. Like any wrestling fan, like I guarantee you there's people that are sitting in their chairs right now that's like, oh, I wish they would make something. I wish they would make a new Here Comes the Pain. I wish they'd make something like Here Comes the Pain. Oh, Shut Your Mouth is the best. Oh, yeah, just bring it. Just bring it. Come on, Rocky.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
I'd be one of those people.
Yeah. Because it's just, again, I said it earlier, so I'm not going to drag this on too long, but they could do this stuff on a PS2, okay? Hell, they had some really good wrestling games on the GameCube. Who remembers the GameCube?
Oh
You know?
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the little bluish square gaming
Yeah.
device that had like small ass little discs. Like goddamn.
Yeah. They're pocket
Hell,
size.
hell, we'll probably really show our age when I say this, but do you guys remember? And again, we're gonna show our age. You know, definitely gonna be called quote unquote boomers, whatever the fuck that means. But who remembers the fucking shit? The fucking Nintendo 64 No Mercy.
Oh my god. That was in my time. Yes, I remember it and I don't care. I don't call me a boomer or whatever the hell that's supposed to be, whatever. I remember that. I remember a few of my friends that I had met before Guns and you guys had one of those consoles, and geez, just
Yeah.
the fun we had on there was just memories.
Oh yeah. I mean, this was back when like you only had a couple buttons and you had to like hit the buttons in a certain way in order to do one move, and you had to go on there. Remember when you paused the game, it was like Mortal Kombat where they had the little tab for your move set, and it would show you like the different like buttons you had to hit on the I almost said keyboard, but the controller in order to
Yeah,
perform that move.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And back then the graphics, like we really thought like, oh my gosh, like these graphics are phenomenal. There's no way anybody will be able to beat these graphics like in the future. Like they were really that good back then, like or at least
They,
that's what we thought back then, you know?
yeah,
Again, we were kids back then, so
Yeah. So yeah, fucking crazy. And now they have, like I said, I was playing baseball and freaking I was sitting there playing baseball and somebody was walking through and they were like, "Wow, like, are you watching baseball?" And I'm like, "No, I'm playing baseball." Because I mean, the graphics have just improved that much. Where you got some people in your household that will walk by and they're like, "Wow, like, are you watching a movie?" You know?
yeah.
Like I remember when I first got the PS4, I bought, and here's a game series, Uncharted, the Uncharted game series. And I was like, holy crap, like I thought I was watching a movie. It was amazing, you know?
Yeah. The reboot of the Tomb Raider was good too.
Yeah, yeah, Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's another good one. So
I really still need to play the latest Uncharted, but if I remember correctly, I think that was only a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah.
it was, but
Just
you can definitely
Uncharted is a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, but that's okay because I have a PS4, so once all this Corona stuff gets lifted, like just come over and play it. So we'll hang out, have some drinks, and play it.
Like we used to do before the coronavirus hit.
Yeah.
Fun times.
F, yeah, F in the chat.
That and we definitely need to. I don't know if you've played any more of it, but we definitely need to continue Resident Evil 4.
Oh my goodness, masterpiece! Like hands down,
One
of
of
the greatest.
It's been rebooted, not rebooted, but remastered like 10 times already.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's probably my favorite Resident Evil, like period, in all honesty. Although I can't get over that annoying Leon.
She's just Sakura of Resident.
Yeah. She really is. And of course the only downside is that at some point, I believe after you've beaten the game once or twice, you unlock a full suit of armor that she can wear, which makes it near impossible for the NPCs that take her. But yeah, little late there, guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. But I'd rather deal with that than what I'm dealing with now. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm replaying all the Personas, and I'm on Persona 3 right now, and
no.
You know, a lot of people it's hard, man. Like, it's hard. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, it's hard, okay? It's hard. Yes, I go... But it's weird, though, because to me, like, I have more problems dealing with the regular enemies than I do the bosses. Like, I can be the boss, like, in 2 or 3 tries, but just regular enemies, like, every other enemy I fight, like, I miss an attack and they just one-shot my entire party. But it is what it is, you know. I'm gonna replay those, and I'm gonna replay the all the not all the SMT games, but like all the SMT games I have. So, yeah.
Pretty sure that'll be a fun time for you.
Oh yeah. I'm so looking forward to it. Yay.
Me and Guns can just hear the excitement from your voice, Creator.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, me and Leon will kick back on the couch and watch you rage at Persona.
Again, Persona is easy compared to SMT, so I don't know why I'm struggling this much on Persona 3, but it is what it is. I'll get through it with the power of friendship, right? I think I raised your guy. I think I raised your guys' social link enough to win and beat everybody through the power of friendship.
Yeah, our power of friendship is just me and Gun sitting on the sofa drinking beer and watching you rage and yell at us. Why aren't you helping?
Yeah. Well, you did help me with Persona 5, and Persona 5 was relatively easy. When I say help, like I mean like help grinding like at the last level because I was under level. I get to the last level, get killed by a boss. All right, cool. What level is the boss? Okay, 20 levels ahead of me. Like, okay. Grinded and went and killed him first try.
Yep.
So, and now P5R is out, Persona 5 Royal. So there's always that to play. But I don't have it yet. So one day I'll get it once I beat all the. You know, one day, 20 years from now, when I rebeat all the SMT games and all the Persona games. So. And then at some point, because I never played a Final Fantasy game, so at some point I'll play Final Fantasy before I die. But that will be at some point. You know?
Yes,
like,
sir.
I want to get another tattoo, but that will happen at some point. want to get a chest tattoo. But anyway, I digress. Guns, do you have anything else?
Not really.
Oh, really? Leon?
Well, I've pretty much said about and discussed as much as I can think of right now, Creator.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you got some drink left. Got a big ass cup of whiskey and coke. So
Same.
you guys can hashtag that shit. Just go on there and it's like hashtag whiskey and coke in the chats, or the not the chats, the comments. Damn, I call the comments chats, man. I really am getting old, guys. So. And it shows I'm old because I went to one of those like retro stores and I got all excited because I saw a PlayStation 1 and a freaking Nintendo 64 and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I could get one of those. I remember playing these games.
Oh, fun memories. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, unfortunately, children or guys and girls of our generation actually had good memories with consoles like that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what the very first game that I played was?
What would that be?
The very first one. I was like 5 or 6 years old, and you know what the big game was when I was like 5 or 6 years old that I first started playing? It was like the big game, like I was like in first grade or whatever it was, like kindergarten or first grade, but everybody was talking about it. Because this is when games started to get big before like Call of Duty and shit came out. But it was fucking oh shit, Mario 64 on the
Oh,
64. Yeah.
I used to play that in the Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, Donkey Kong. Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
And Zelda too.
Oh yeah, the original Zelda when it was like the gold like
64.
cartridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gold cartridge. Yeah.
I forget the
But you
name
remember?
of it was a fun game.
Yeah. And then you remember like sometimes your cartridge didn't work, so you had to take it out and you had to blow on it and blow inside the little thing and then put it back in. Hope it worked.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh, and then I was talking. So, and then you remember like then I think the first game console I got with a memory card. I don't remember it was neither the PlayStation or the GameCube, but I'm pretty sure the GameCube was the first one I got with the memory cards. The GameCube had memory cards, right? Or am I just remembering that wrong? I think they had the little memory cards.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, they had like the little memory cards that you kept in the game.
Yeah. And I remember like back then, like freaking like 8 megabits was like a lot,
Yeah.
And then you guys remember when you guys filled up the memory cards, you had to go into like the start screen and like move stuff around or get a new one or whatever,
Yeah.
And you thought like 8 MBs were like really big, and now like my computer and my Xbox and PlayStation and all that stuff, now they have like a terabyte on them, and I fill up the terabyte like after downloading like 2 freaking games. It's ridiculous.
And not to mention with the Xbox, I mean, hell, me, Creator, and Guns can agree on this. I mean, you get this, depending on which one you get, the starting amount of space you have can quickly fill up, and the prices for bigger hard drives. I mean, Guns,
It's ridiculous.
you mind telling the viewers how much your newer hard drive costs?
Mine was like $100 for 4 terabytes.
Shit, man.
And
Like,
and if you wanted to get ones that were probably bigger than that, the price probably went up pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Shit, man, that's like a cell phone bill right there. Shit. And then like, I don't know, man. Like, I just think that's ridiculous. Like, it really is. And what also aggravates the piss out of me, and I don't understand why, if you buy like a disc, you need to do this. I understand if you're installing a game, but if you're buying a disc, why the hell do you have to wait 8 hours for the disc to install on your game system? I remember back in the day where you got a disc from like.
I think it's good
You guys
because
remember Block?
say you got a game and later down the line you wanted to play that game, but it's old and scratchy or whatever. You can insert it and it would still play.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, like, I don't want to buy a new game and then have to wait 8 hours just to play that game. I want to play that game right then and there. I mean, yeah, I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't want to wait 8 hours for a game to install, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I buy a new game, I want to be able to play that new game, like, right then and there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I go on my PC and I buy a Steam game and it takes like 15 minutes to download, like at the maximum. But Xbox on average is like 6 to 8 hours to download.
Well, it depends whether you're wireless or wired. So.
That's true. But still,
you have
okay.
your PC wired to the internet, not wireless, so you have a better connection.
Yeah, but still, man, I don't want to wait 8 hours. I want it to be like the old days where you get a game from Blockbuster. Anybody remember Blockbuster?
Oh
You
my
go
god.
home and you just pop it in and play it. Can't do that nowadays.
Nope.
But okay, wow, we have really rambled for way too long.
Yeah.
So
just a little bit.
And the old nostalgia-ness, bring Blockbuster back. I swear, every time I swipe my card to get a movie from Redbox, that shit don't work. And
yeah.
And Guns and Leon can definitely agree with me, because I used to hang out at my house, and we would go rent a movie, and that shit didn't work.
Yep.
Really never did it. Hated my card for whatever reason.
Because it wasn't made in China.
China.
Made in China. Shit. All right, well, we digress. Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
No, I think we've covered just about as much as we can talk about for tonight.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we have been your host and co-host and other co-host, Creeder, Leon, Guns. We love you, beautiful people out there. Make sure that if you don't have a drink, you have a drink before you go to bed, because I'm going to finish mine and then go to bed, pass out in bed. And always remember, people, little secret, keep your beer cold and your ammo hot. And that has been it for us on Gun Nation United. We love you, beautiful people. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Later.